So let me get this straight. You're telling me that in the future, there's going to be ships on the river that I can get on?
And there'll be big rooms with beds, actual beds, and big windows that open, so I can lay back and look at the countryside as we mosey on down the river from place to place.
And it's not jammed full of people, so there's plenty of space. And then, when I stop, I can choose the way I explore. I can do anything I want to do, not what I have to do. Seriously, this is going to be a thing.
Hello and welcome. I'm Rose Kelly, your host.
And I'm Peter Lynch, Editor-in-Chief of cruisepassenger.com.au and Cruise and Travel Luxury Magazine.
I've got to say, Peter, that was a very interesting start to the show.
No wonder that poor Viking sounded incredulous, but seriously, it is a thing.
It is a thing. Now, this show is devoted exclusively to a form of travel that involves passing through beautiful cities and towns and villages, enjoying the sights, tasting the cuisine, and experiencing the culture of the places that you visit.
We call it the world's most relaxing holiday because you can see as many as 5 countries without catching a flight, jumping on a coach, or packing or unpacking.
I love that. In fact, your boutique hotel of only around 150 guests, it all comes with you.
I'm sure you've guessed. We're talking about river cruising, one of the fastest growing sectors in travel.
And it is officially a thing.
Love your enthusiasm, Rose. Many river cruise companies have come very close to selling out completely in their 2025 bookings. Some cruise lines are around 90% full right now. And the push for what's called shoulder season bookings has been so successful that they've extended the cruise season to almost year round.
I knew shoulders were going to be big
Yes.
again, Peter. I knew it. Now, last year we ran a campaign for a group of leading river cruise lines called the River Cruise Collective, and it was enormously popular.
That could be why they're selling out this season, don't you think, Rose?
I think it's likely to be the case. We reached over 3 million Australians with the message, you see the world differently on a river cruise.
And that's true, Rose, especially in Europe, the most popular river cruising destination. While ocean cruising companies are worried about overcrowding, river cruise lines can take you right to the heart of cities, and because their vessels only take around 150 passengers, they are much easier to accommodate.
So no queuing for tenders to take you ashore. I hate queuing. And you are already ashore as soon as you stop.
Interestingly, one of the world's most successful ocean cruise lines, Royal Caribbean-owned Celebrity, is now announcing that it will be launching 10 river ships.
Just 10 new ones. And
To start.
destinations are also expanding. Avalon Waterways has just launched on the Magdalena River in Colombia. Abercrombie and Kent is sailing in Peru. And Portugal has become the new hotspot with new ships from Avalon Waterways and APT.
You'll be hearing much more of that. The Mekong, Ganges, Nile, South Africa and Latin America are all seeing more lines offering fresh itineraries with some fascinating side excursions.
And that's the other big trend, Peter. You've mentioned it there. More excursions and extensions that can turn a single cruise into an entire adventure.
And there have been some really interesting changes in guests. The average age of a river cruiser has come down, more activities on ships.
I love it. You can kayak, hike, ride bikes to the next town and meet your ship there, take wellness courses. It is a whole new world.
And of course, you are right there in the centre of things, so you can visit produce markets, cooking schools, art galleries and museums.
And you can wine and dine on shore and jump on the ship afterwards, or experience the local produce and visiting the vintners on the ship itself.
Most of the lines are all inclusive, so you won't have to worry about a thing.
And one last thing, there is a marvellous intimacy about river cruising. Because there are fewer and mainly like-minded guests with you, You get to know people and you form those friendships really very quickly. It's one of my favourite things about
I
it.
really love it too. Yes, that's a great benefit. Traveling with like-minded people is one of the most important aspects of small ship cruising.
Now, today we are going to be speaking with each of the cruise lines involved in the 2025 River Cruise Collective campaign. We have Armour Waterways, Avalon Waterways, Abercrombie and Kent, APT, and Tauk.
Each of these lines has something special to talk about. And if that isn't exciting enough, then this will certainly get your attention. Today, we are offering some extraordinary deals and special experiences. Each of our cruise line partners have put together something exciting just for you.
Actually, a huge competition. Avalon Waterways is giving away a Reflections on the Rhine cruise twin share in a panorama suite valued at $22,420, plus up to $5,000 in flights per couple.
Wow, that's a $27,420 holiday package for one lucky couple. So enter right now.
Well, you've got to watch the show first, actually, and then you can enter. But definitely stick with us for today and you'll find out all the details throughout the show. Very exciting.
Enjoy the show. It's going to be wonderful.
And now over to another one of our River Cruise Collective partners, Avalon Waterways.
Yes, we've worked with Avalon for many years. And indeed, this year the line won our Best River Cruise Line award for the third year running.
This year, nice work, by the way, guys. This year, they are placing a big emphasis on space for their guests with the bigger staterooms and the smaller excursion numbers. It makes a lot of sense.
It does. And we were recently on their Bonjour Bordeaux cruise through the wine regions on the Avalon Artistry 2.
Now, here to talk about the line is the one and only Chris Fundell, Head of Marketing for the Asia Pacific at Globus Family of Brands. Welcome back to yet another year of the River Cruise Collective, Chris. It's great to see you again.
Good to see you, Chris.
Great to be here, and thanks for inviting me on. It's always a great privilege to chat to you guys, so thanks very much.
Let's launch straight into the newest and most exciting news from Avalon, and kicking it all off is the exciting focus on France for the season ahead. I think you were also on the Bonjour Bordeaux cruise. Tell us about that.
I was, yes. So just a few months ago, luckily I was one of the team here to go out to experience the inaugural of our Bonjour Bordeaux cruise, and took the fabulous Bernadette from your team along with
We're
me.
very
So,
jealous of
so-
Bernadette, yes. She's since been fired because we're so jealous of her.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no.
So,
it was a fantastic trip. It's a new part of the world for us. Obviously, we have many other French river cruises, but this particular part of France with the Douro and the Garonne rivers, we haven't had a ship on before. So we repositioned, as you mentioned, our Artistry 2, completely refurbished,
Yes.
beautifully done, very warm, neutral tones going through the ship, and 128 passenger capacity.
Nice.
Perfect.
So it's an 8-day itinerary, traveling to Bordeaux, Blaye, Bourges, Libourne, for example. But as you would imagine, the itinerary is packed with chateaux and wine tastings. So
Spectacular.
it suits
I mean,
me down to
I can't
France is-
believe that.
Ooh la la. France has always been such a high rating destination, particularly for Aussies. We're so drawn to the allure of France. But I also hear that 2 new rivers have opened up for cruising with the 6 new Avalon cruises and 1/3 more capacity. I mean, you guys are meeting the demand, obviously. Can we keep up? It's huge.
Yeah, it is. And France always falls into one of the top destinations on our customers' wish list. So it's certainly helping our repeat business coming through with those new sailings. And we're very fortunate where we can link up other rivers with Bordeaux as well to make a variety of different itineraries. So, and you're right. So we've increased our capacity quite a lot in that region, and through that demand that we're seeing from our customers. So we can offer sort of 1, 2, 3 week sailings that incorporate Bordeaux and sailing on those 2 new rivers for us, which just opens up some great experiences in a fantastic part of the world that's buzzing, obviously, after the Olympics and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak too highly of cruising in France. It's the wonder of actually stepping off your ship, going to a boulangerie, grabbing yourself a baguette. And look, I did this, right? And you can even jump on one of those fabulous Lime scooters, go into a food market. It's just so much experience, food,
I'm
wine,
just picturing
culture
you, Peter,
on
with
my Lime
your
scooter.
beret and your bicycle, une petite bicyclette avec une baguette, and off he goes with this strap. You're in a very French theme right
It's
now.
hard to
Yeah.
believe, I know, but I absolutely love it. But the Douro is also now, the Douro is also now becoming a
Portugal.
giant success for
Mm.
Avalon. 2025, close to being sold out, I'm told.
Wow.
It is another great destination that's coming up.
It is absolutely right, Peter, and it's yeah. We launched the Avalon Alegria last year, 2024. So we're just overwhelmed by the success we've had with this particular new sailing. It's actually our third size ship actually in
Right.
Europe, so it's only 102
Wow.
guests. So it's
Mm.
a very, as river cruising is, very intimate experience, but it makes it a little bit more intimate, but still, as Rosie, you said at the beginning, plenty of space on board the ship.
Yeah.
Um, 2025, yes, almost sold out. 2026 is over half sold out already. So get in quick because this is a very hot product.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of hot, look, and numbers, you said, we're searching for those smaller ships, but longer itineraries. We want the best of everything, of course. So this is something that Avalon's doing brilliantly right now, and in particular, another region, the Douro River. So tell us a bit more about that one, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. So to service those customers that really want those longer
Yes.
itineraries, and we do see that from this part of the world, that longer itineraries, customers go to Europe for 3, 4 weeks at a time. So
Mm.
it's how do we make sure we can create a fantastic experience through that sort of length of duration? So it is matching, as I said before, different parts, different rivers that we have and different sailings with each other. We also offer a lot of extensions as well, which are very
Yeah.
popular out of this region. Going back to the Bordeaux cruise that I recently did, I actually did the Paris extension beforehand. So that was a 2-day extension in Paris. The hotel was fantastically situated, only about a 10-minute walk from the Arc de Triomphe.
Perfect.
Beautifully restaurants
Wow.
around. And what was so fantastic was the ease of getting from Paris down to Bordeaux as well on the
Mm.
high-speed
Yeah.
train.
I
We
love
take
that
care of all
journey.
the luggage that goes on the road
Oh,
transfer,
fantastic.
and so you can just enjoy that scenery going down on the train journey. So we do a lot of those extensions, and you mentioned a Douro before. We do an extension in Lisbon for 2 or 3 days as well. So people are loving taking these extensions and maximizing their time with us as well. So it's becoming more and more
You've
popular.
described it so well, Chris. That idea of maximising the time
Yeah.
and making the most of that time. So it's almost like having the foot on the brake and the accelerator. You get there, you screech to a halt to slow it all down, and then take as much in as you can in that period of time. Particularly for Aussies when we travel
Yeah.
such long
And
distances.
who wouldn't want to spend some time in Paris, soaking up the
Yeah.
atmosphere, doing a little bit of shopping before that fantastic Bordeaux cruise? It's just
Mm.
absolutely perfect and a really great way
It
to
is, and
work.
I haven't been to Paris for, I'm gonna show a little bit my age now, but about 30 years actually, I haven't
Since
been
you
to
were
Paris.
born, Chris, that's
I know.
amazing.
So, obviously, with my accent, was born in UK, so it's quite an easy trip over to Paris. But I was blown away by Paris, and actually
Mm.
from Bordeaux itself. When we got down there, the history, I was relearning history,
Mm.
and the food, wine. It was just
Paris is ever
magnificent.
evolving. It's a timeless city, the city of lights, but it's
Yeah.
also, with the Notre Dame being rebuilt, it's really transforming, and there's such a beautiful energy there at the moment as well around the Marais district, as you said. Those beautiful galleries and the Arc de Triomphe. It's just
Okay.
stop. We're getting
Stop.
carried away.
But as well as these fabulous destinations, Chris, Avalon is making waves as the river cruise company for multi-generational cruising. What's on offer for families?
Mm.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one for us actually because it's kind of naturally evolved this way. I think it's how Avalon has changed the way river cruising experienced is by including a lot more active and discovery elements into our itineraries. So I think naturally that plays into a slightly younger audience for river cruising. And we certainly maximise that with Melissa Doyle, who's our Avalon ambassador here in Australia. And she went away with us for the Christmas markets last year with her daughter, who celebrated her 21st birthday
Oh,
whilst in the
wonderful.
ship. And we certainly saw a lot of great feedback and people really interested in having that multi-generational trips on river cruising with us. And I think it's a mixture of a lot of those stereotypes of what river cruising is are evaporating, and the experiences that we can offer both on the ship and off the ship that really lend into that multi-generational travel. Okay, so also what we're introducing this year to actually, I think is going to help with building in that slightly younger audience and also that multi-generational travel is something we've called Avalon After Dark.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting new initiative that we've got out. Is actually maximising what we can do at nighttime. So whether that's on board with different types of entertainment, utilising the sky deck, or even off the ship and different experiences in the evening in the local towns and villages. So
Fabulous.
I think again that keeps evolving and brings in a new type of audience for us and encourages that multi-generational
I
travel.
think that's very exciting and actually a brilliant idea that you've got this time available and people have kind of got used to the fact that you have dinner and maybe you've got that piano man, but actually liberating them to go out and do things does two great things. It helps the local people and businesses around and gives them a really deep cultural experience when they go out and drink in French bars and actually experience what the locals are doing. I think it's just such a clever idea.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Really looking forward to hopefully maybe experiencing it this year myself. But
You'll
yeah,
be
and
out
also
every
on the
night,
ship
Chris.
as well. You mentioned the piano player, and we don't have the piano player now, but it's very much bringing on maybe even sort of it's kind of like mini dance parties, things like
Yeah,
that we can have on the
fabulous.
ship. That
Fantastic.
brings in a lot of life into the evenings of
Just that
river cruising.
injection of soul and local culture. I loved as well how, the idea of introducing multi-generational. I'm about to take a cruise with my teenage daughter. And I just think that that's a beautiful way for these river cruises to introduce the younger market to cruising where memories are made, but also that becomes a loyal guest with your cruise line for many years to come. So it's smart and it's so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the active experiences that we can offer. So it's biking, hiking, kayaking, all these things you can do off the ship as well.
Now, what's the Avalon deal for our viewers today, Chris?
Yeah, so we still got a little bit of availability left for 25. Not much, but there's still some opportunity to get away this year. So we have an offer of saving up to $6,000 per couple for some 25 sailings. And we've also got offers out for 2026. So I encourage people, especially we spoke about before, especially around those rivers like the Douro, get in quick, secure your space because they're selling out quickly. But there's some fantastic offers for 2026 as well.
Sounds fantastic. That's fabulous, Chris. Thank you very much. And look, heed Chris's words. Book up now because otherwise you're going to miss out. We're really excited to see those Bordeaux videos, Chris. So we're really looking forward to that.
For anyone at home as well wanting to know more, just take a look at avalonwaterways.com.au and we'll be keeping you up to date here throughout the podcasts as well. Thank you again so much, Chris. It's been great to chat with you.
Yeah, lovely to talk to you, Chris.
Good to see you guys. Thanks very
Take
much.
care.
You.